I do want to take the time to speak about Jaden Philogene. He is considered as one of Barcelona's brand new backups to the signing of Nico Williams. If Barcelona fails signing Nico Williams in these next couple of weeks, one of the other options is not going to just be Luis Diaz or Dani Olmo. The other option now is Jaden Philogene. And so it does say here, according to Tony Juan Marti, that Jaden Philogene has been offered. This can be confirmed. He is among many names, although as of today, he isn't the #1 target, and the deal is not in concrete stages. We also have other sources claiming that there was a meeting between Barcelona and the agents of Jaden 2 weeks back. The Hull City winger is the club's plan B if they are unsuccessful in getting Nico Williams. Plus, they would only try getting the player on a loan with a option to buy the season after. And as of now, Barcelona have no bid yet. Santiago Valle also claimed Barcelona have added in Jaden Philogene in their list of wingers they like. If they pursue, it would be a simple loan with an option to buy, and they have been monitoring this winger for a while now. So we do have many sources claiming that Barcelona are interested in the winger. It is official. And not only is Barcelona eyeing this player, but there are other Premier League clubs interested in his signature. It was reported back in February by Fabrizio Romano, and he stated Jaden Philogene is on the list of multiple clubs in the Premier League and more European leagues ahead of the summer transfer window. The talented 22-year-old winger will be one to watch, and his current deal does expire on June 2026. So many have already been talking about the player, and many clubs are interested. Fabrizio even stated 24 hours ago that he does have a few updates regarding Jaden Philogene and FC Barcelona, and this is what he has stated. At the moment, nothing is done or agreed upon for Jaden. There has only been discussions between the club and the player's agents. Barcelona are aware of the conditions of the deal. Several Premier League clubs are interested, including Ipswich Town and West Ham. The player also has a possibility to return to Aston Villa in the future due to a clause in his contract. So first things first, if you guys are wondering what could possibly go wrong with the potential signing of Nico Williams, well, it could be because of two reasons. Point number one, his salary. Right now at Athletic Club, he does earn 10.4 million euros. Of course, that if Nico Williams does go to a different club that does have higher prestige, he's going to be demanding at the very least maybe 15 million euros a season, if not even more. And that could be something that could stop FC Barcelona because of their wage bill restrictions. Or point number two, Athletic Club might say he's not worth 50 million euros anymore. His release clause is only going to go higher because of his performances in the Euros. We also do have another report that has just came in according to Fabrizio Romano, and he has stated any club that wants to trigger Nico Williams' 50 million euro release clause, which could go over 60 million euros due to taxes, would have to pay the money up front. The player is already on massive wages, meaning an even bigger salary would be needed to convince Nico Williams to change clubs. And that is going to be a huge obstacle, my friends, because we have to remember 3 weeks ago we did report on Barcelona going for Nico Williams only because Athletic Club were allowing for Barcelona to pay for the player through partial payments, meaning that they were going to pay for the player in installments, and that is why they really did favor Nico Williams. But now hearing this brand new report from the journalist, Athletic Club do not want to do any club any favors, and they want the full amount, which would be almost 60 million euros. And I really do wonder what changed. Could it possibly be because of the performances that Nico Williams has been doing at the Euros that allowed for Athletic Club to say this player is high prestige, he's one of our best players, if you do want him, because it will hurt us, you're gonna have to pay all the money up front and do us a favor. And that, my friends, is the reason why Barcelona never geared up on just one option for the left wing position. They always had 3 to 4 players as alternatives, and like I've said before, the other one is Luis Diaz and the other option is Dani Olmo. But for today's video, we are going to be focusing on Jaden Philogene. So Jaden Philogene is a 22-year-old English left winger who can also play on the right wing. He does represent Hull City and spent his youth years at Aston Villa. He transferred to Hull City for 5 million euros on September 1st, 2023. So literally about 9 to 10 months ago. And so in the 2023-2024 season, he has been playing in the second division, and he has played 33 games with Hull City, scoring 12 goals and providing 6 assists. He has been electric on the wings, being entertaining, demanding 1v1s constantly. He's an amazing skilled player. Hull City right now are asking for 30 million euros for the player, which is going to be around 25 to 30 million euros cheaper than Nico Williams and 45 million euros cheaper than Luis Diaz. And this, my friends, is the reason why Barcelona have already geared up on creating negotiations with the player to understand his situation, to get ready for the potential rejection of Nico Williams arriving to FC Barcelona, which will hurt for many of us, by the way, because we want to see Nico play with Lamine Yamal and Pedri at Barcelona next season. Just look at what they have been creating in the Spanish national team in this Euro tournament. And so if Jaden ends up arriving, the last English player that played for Barcelona Barcelona was back on 1986, and his name was Gary Lineker, and he was loved by many Barcelona fans, and he was so good that the Barcelona fans never wanted him to go back to England ever again. He came from Everton and he played 138 matches with Barcelona and scored 51 goals. He was a center forward. Now there was this other English player that has been at Barcelona, but he never ended up going to Barcelona's first team. I believe that he left while he was at Barcelona Athletic. It happened about 3 to 4 years ago. So let me know in the comment sections down below. Do you see Jaden Philogene as an option for Barcelona's left wing position? And would you be happy with his signing? Moving on from that, I also want to speak about the Barcelona finances and where we are in terms of exits and the 1-1 rule. And so as of now, Barcelona are on track on gaining 35 million euros from selling multiple Barcelona youth players. Chadi Riyad has been sold for 10 million euros. Marc Gui has now been officially sold to Chelsea for 6 million euros. Mikael Faye will be sold to Porto for 15 million euros with a buyback option included. And then we have Estanis Pedrola, who is also going to be sold for 3 million euros. Barcelona are selling multiple youth players, which is definitely going to help Barcelona finances before we do head towards the July 1st deadline date. And Barcelona will gain around 34 to 36 million euros because of these departures. Also keep in mind that our biggest sales is going to be Faye and Chadi Riyad. It goes to show, right? Just these two players bring in 25 to 26 million euros. But there is a huge demand for many clubs to be looking for left center backs. And that is why so many clubs are willing to pay top dollar for who Barcelona do have right now. As for the 1-1 rule, it says here that Barcelona have found a new investor in Barcelona Vision who will cover the non-payment of 60 million euros by Libero and thus be closer to the 1-1 rule. The problem has been solved and the announcement could be made on Thursday. So if you guys were wondering what did happen, Libero only paid Barcelona 40 million euros last summer. They were expecting to get 60 million euros from the Libero deal, but Joan Laporta and the rest of the executives did not get the remaining 20 million euros from the Libero deal. And that is why they have a new investor from Barca Vision who will inject 20 million euros this summer to complete the 60 million euro payment, which is ultimately going to lead to Barcelona going to the 1-1 rule. This is the reason why Joan Laporta has been so optimistic about Barcelona's finances. And so everything is going to point towards Thursday being the big announcement. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.